This here is the Haute42 C16 and it comes in this nice packaging. Inside you'll first find some pre-cut art inserts. Then the controller itself, which features a metal build and a top clear panel for art. You'll also get the user manual and some accessories like this key switch puller, spare switches, and this nicely braided USB-C cable. I don't usually care for RGB, but Haute42 usually implements it very nicely. And you can see around the buttons it has a nice LED ring, and all around the bottom is a LED strip which also has some extra RGB lighting. And if you even wanted to, at the top left there's an RGB switch so you can turn it off, but it does keep the input display turned on. There's also a tournament lock switch, so if you're in a tournament and you don't want to accidentally pause, if you flick this switch on, it'll disable the entire top menu, and the lock icon will light up showing you that it is turned on. And then at the top right we have our usual start, select, home, touchpad, and also a turbo button. These use wind engine switches, which are extremely smooth and probably the best low profile switches I've ever tried. Also, this pattern at the wrist rest is a textured sticker. At the top, we have a nested USB-C cable slot, and at the top left, we have an additional USB slot in case you would like to plug your cables on the left side, but this isn't nested inside like the other USB-C slot. And then at the top right, we have our USB-A slot for adapters to use this on the PS4 and PS5, or the Xbox Series X and S consoles. On the bottom, we have two rubber pads to add some extra grip so it doesn't slip around. I would like to see a bit of extra padding towards the center just so there's more uniform grip, but it's not too big of a deal. Towards the top right, there's a push button so you can easily change your art without the need for any screws or screwdrivers. Once you press the button, the top panel will be slightly lifted. Then slowly lift the top panel from side to side to evenly distribute the force as you lift the panel so that you don't end up cracking it. Then gently lift it off. After, just place on your new desired art and then your top panel as well. They are also nice enough to also send me their carrying case. The design on the bag commemorates them winning the EVO Awards 2024 for the best custom hardware. At the bottom are Velcro straps to keep your controller in place, and the top cover to avoid scratches also has some pockets for accessories to carry with you. And once you've closed everything up, it makes everything much lighter and easier to carry. The C16 is a really solid controller. It's much cheaper than other leading options without any sacrifice in quality. The switches are insanely satisfying as well, and they feel really smooth, and I definitely say that they're my favorite. Having a metal build with a top panel for customization is really nice and something I've been waiting a while for them to make. The easy way to change art is also something I haven't seen used by anybody else, and it's nice seeing how accessible it is with zero tools required. Having easy access to changeable art makes it far easier to make your controller way more personal. Overall, this thing is sturdy, but there is a bit of creaking if you try and bend the controller due to the top panel. But you wouldn't really be doing that unless you're actively testing for creaks. It has a good weight balance, feeling firmly planted in your lap, but still easy to carry and move around with no issue. I don't know what input I could really add other than this is my top recommended pick from the lineup, not only in terms of price, but overall build quality, customization, and appeal. At $85 and maybe an additional $30 if you get an adapter, you'd be paying about $115 total, or even less with coupons and sales, which is definitely a steal. Anyways, that's it for me. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll be more than happy to help. Thank you, and please consider subscribing.